is not a home when you're sitting all alone. But when I'm with you, it feels like a family. It's the ammo crow, it's coming straight to you. It's the ammo crow, it's coming straight to you. Where the fun and the laughing is never ending.
Yo, Ammo Crew!
What's up, guys? We are back with part 2
This is part 2
of 4.
Yes, part 2 of 4. Stay tuned, stay connected, stay watching, don't miss a beat. Like I said, I'll be talking very little in this part. You like how we switch sides? She in the big chair now. It's the same chair. I'm gonna let Maribel take over. If you guys have any distractions, cut them now, so you guys can pay close attention. And without no more further ado, I'm gonna let Ponch take it from here. The floor is yours.
And before I say anything, just excuse me if I get emotional, because it gets me emotional every time.
Talk about it.
You can hear me?
You're talking so low,
Y'all can hear me, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, it just gets me emotional every time. So we're gonna go to the last day, the 6th day, and night. So basically, what we had been doing was we saged like our house. My brother would go around and we got holy water, so we would throw like holy water in every corner of the room.
Mind you, this is 2017, guys.
Yes,
we're still in 2017.
And he would pray, because my brother, he was really into church. Like he came to live with us from Texas, but he was really into church. Like when he lived over there, he would go I think 3 times a week, and when he came over here, that's all he would do. He would pray literally all day long. And so when he came here, he was the one that really helped us through this. And I strongly believe that if he was still here, it wouldn't have got as bad as it did this year. But anyway, so we're gonna cut to the night. We all had rosaries. Mind you, we went to this Catholic store and we all got rosaries. We got holy water. We had holy water in our car. We had holy water in our room. We had the Bible open. We didn't contact the church, but we were still doing what we knew to do. So that night, how it started was because Malcolm, we were all scared and we all wanted to sleep together. So my brother slept on the couch, and me and Malcolm and Lonnie, we slept on the floor in the living room, all 4 of us.
I'm gonna cut her off. Not like, oh, I'm tough and mighty. Through all of this, I still don't know why to this day, but I've never been scared of this thing. The only thing that's ever affected me with this stuff is what it did to my family. How it affected them and how scared they were. I never once got scared. I never once fed into me being scared to it, and I'm still not. I just want to throw that out there because I still don't know why, but it's never affected me like that. It's always just affected how it made my family feel about everything. But yeah, okay.
Because there's a few things we're missing. Mind you, this was 2 years ago. So it also had kept telling Malcolm that he was an angel that walked the earth, and he would say, remember, I too was an angel. And he would basically say
he would try to compare himself to me.
Yeah, and he would try to say Malcolm is supposed to be on his side because basically that God isn't real and God doesn't come through with what he says. And he was just bashing God through this whole process, and he was just saying that Malcolm should go to his side, his dark side is what he would say. And he would say he was the eye in the sky and he's seen all and he's been through it all and stuff like that. So other parts too, before I get to the last part, Malcolm would hear things. He would not see things, but he would hear voices. He would hear things,
and I would smell him. Dead animal.
Yeah, he would smell like dead animal. He would we would hear, or he would hear, like, what, scratching?
I would hear scratching noises. Then it would tell us like when I'm talking about the smelling, it would tell us like, have you guys went outside? Can you smell me? And we would come outside, and the whole family would smell a dead animal.
Like dead animal. Or he would be like, or do you hear my kids?
And you'll hear like doors scratching, getting hit, scratching,
yeah, knocking, stuff like that.
Calling my name.
Yeah, he would call his name and stuff. But okay, fast forward. So now to that night, that sixth night. So we all slept in the living room, all four of us, and mind you, Lonnie was still a baby, like not even a week old, and we slept there. And I didn't sleep that whole night. My brother, he kind of slept, dozing on. Like we all stayed up because it told Malcolm that it gave him like things that were gonna happen to him, and it told him that basically that he was gonna take Malcolm this sixth night, like he was gonna take him. So we stayed up. We all stayed in the living room together. We stayed up. Malcolm, he slept, like he could sleep, and he would wake up.
But to get this straight, so nobody is getting anything twisted. The only reason I was able to sleep is because I was extremely weak. I wasn't eating. I could barely stand. I was missing work. It was really, really bad. Like I had no energy, zero.
He was like he was so like. He could barely walk. He couldn't work. He could barely talk. He couldn't eat, and he was just like so weak. Like we literally had to like hold him up. Like, get up, Malcolm. Come on, get up. Don't let this thing beat you. Like you gotta fight it. You know, because it said it was gonna do all these things to Malcolm, and that's how it was gonna be able to take him when Malcolm was at his most vulnerable part in the state of what it said it was gonna do. So that's why he was able to sleep. I was so scared that I could not sleep. Like every time like Malcolm's phone would go off, my heart would just like drop. Like I would get so like scared, so nervous. Like I would just immediately start crying. Like it was pretty bad. And so that night Malcolm was falling in and out of sleep. But he was able to sleep. But he said that when he slept, he dreamt or he had nightmares and stuff. But when we were with him, like he would start doing like weird hand motions. Like he would count up to 6 with his hand, and he would and he just kept doing it. And like when we would like pray over him, so we would stand over him and we would like go like this, like in the sign of the cross with our rosaries, and we would like pray and stuff. And he would just look at us, and he would just like laugh at us, like. And then there was a point where he would like even trying to like bite the rosary. It was like some things you see in a movie, like those demonic movies and stuff. And there was even a point where like my brother was like, get the rosary and just pray. And I was like, okay. So I had a rosary on, but I also had a rosary in my hand, and I'm standing over him, like directly over him, and I'm praying, and I'm doing the sign of the cross. And he grabs, like, Malcolm has never hurt me ever in my life, his life, whatever. And he grabs my rosary and he yanks me down, and he just like laughs and like smiles in my face. And then and I just started crying, and I just kept praying. And then when Malcolm's asleep, like he would like doze in and off of sleep and stuff. So I was laying right beside him the whole time. Lonnie was right beside me, and Lonnie was crying all night. She was just crying. So my mom knew what was going on, so I took her to my mom. I said, Mom, can you just please keep her for the night? Like, just please keep her. Like, she doesn't want to go to sleep. Like, something's wrong. Like, just please keep her. She's like, okay. And I was like, if she doesn't want to stop, then just bring her back. And she's like, okay. So she kept her, and the next morning she told me Lonnie was fine. She slept through the whole night. So that night, like, I was laying right beside Malcolm, and like I would look at him, like he was laying beside me, and I would look at him, and he would just smile at me, and I knew like that's Malcolm. And then there was point in times where like he would cover his face like with the blanket, and I would hear him like laughing, like a very deep, like demonic laugh. And then I would like pull the blanket down, like
just
really
got the freaking chills.
Like I would like pull the blanket down like very slowly, and he'd just be like looking at me like with this face like I'm not Malcolm. Like I got him basically. And it was like a smirk. so I would just look at him, and the whole time, like, I was just holding Malcolm's hand, and I would just, like, stare at him, and I would, like, he would be laughing at me, smiling at me, like, and then there was points in time where, like, Malcolm, like, when I would look at him again, like, it was Malcolm, and then it'd be another time where it's like, oh, and I'd be like, I would, like, turn back, and I'd be like, okay, this isn't Malcolm, but I still, through the whole part, like, through the whole night, I held his hand, and this thing also told him that it would end at dawn, so Malcolm would have to fight till dawn, obviously till morning, till the sun came out. So that whole night, you know, when
The whole night was basically
Yeah.
From what? Because I don't remember none of this.
yeah, he doesn't remember any of it.
But from what the whole family told me that was in the living room that night, they said that it was a fight all night.
Yeah, he was like tossing and turning, and he was like sweating, and then he would get the chills, and then he would, but like honestly, it's something that you had to be there to know exactly like what I'm talking about, because even the feeling in the room, it was just so dark and so gloomy. Like, now that I think about it, it almost felt like a death, like a funeral. Like that feeling, if you've ever been in a funeral, you know that feeling of just like loss, of like hopelessness, like that's what it felt like. And every time I would look at him, like, I just, like, he would give me this smile, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's Malcolm, you know, like, I know that's him. And then
Which is weird because I'm asleep.
yeah, he's asleep, but he was smiling and looking at me. And then like, I would turn, because the TV was on, and then I would turn back at him, and then he would just be looking at me like in this look of like emptiness, and I would just look at him, and I would like kind of back up, but then I held his hand the whole time, and I just prayed and prayed and prayed. Like, I prayed, like, I just kept praying and telling God, like, you know, don't take him from me, like, just, you know, fight with us, like, fight this battle with us, like, please, like, don't leave us, like, don't leave him, like, please. And then my brother, he stayed up the rest of the night, and he prayed all night till morning, like, but when I tell you I didn't sleep, like, I was literally sitting up the whole time, and I did not sleep all night. And when finally, like, morning was there, like, it scared me, because I was like shaking him to wake up. Like, I was like, Malcolm, like, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then I was like, wake up, wake up, and he wouldn't wake up, and I was just like, oh my god. And then I finally, like, shook him one more time, and like, he woke up, and then he was just like, what happened? And he was like, he was just saying, like, what happened?
Yeah, because I remember waking up. When I woke up and I looked around the room, everyone was just staring at me.
Yeah, because my mom and my brother and my sister, they were in the living room too, and we were all
And everyone was staring at me. Chris just had like this blank look on his face. Maribel I can tell she was crying all night. She had tears, her eyes were puffy. And then I'm like looking around, and I'm like, why? Everybody see, like, you know that saying, like, they look like they seen a ghost. And I was like, what happened? And then, you know, everything that Maribel is sharing with you guys now, she caught me up to speed and got me up to speed on everything and told me. And they were like, well, what happened? What'd you feel? And the only thing that I had a dream that I was I was on the floor, I was on one knee, and there was fire all around me. So, like, if you look and it's like just flat land, everything was fire up to like about 5 feet in the air, and it was just everywhere. And like, I was like clenching my fist, and I was pouring sweat, and the fire was closing in. And I looked up, and it was the devil, and he was looking at me, and he had like this smile. And then when he smiled, I smiled back, and I woke up.
Yeah, push it, mommy.
But there was like temperature things flying through the sky in my dream, and they would say 666 degrees or 1,666 degrees, and it was weird. And I felt my body burning from the inside out, but I didn't die and I didn't burn. And then I woke up and I seen all them, and they went through a whole other night. Yeah, Mama, that's cool. Yeah.
My conclusion to that is, I told him that, you know, that night, like, I seen the devil, like, and I always tell him, like, I mean, well, it's different now, but now I used to always tell him, like, you know, like, you didn't look the devil in its eyes, like I did, you know, like, even though my brother was there, like, he didn't he didn't see like what I saw. He didn't feel what I felt like, and I literally felt like Malcolm wasn't gonna wake up. I felt like I had lost Malcolm. I felt like I was so scared because he was so weak. Mama, help. And I was so scared. So I always told Malcolm, like, you didn't, like, I stared the devil in his eyes, and you know, we fought for you and we prayed for you, and you know, so
yeah, so that before it gets too emotional, that concludes part 2. So please stay tuned. And good job, mama. And don't forget, you know, watch part 1, watch part 2, watch part 3, watch part 4. And most importantly, you guys, I didn't say it in the last one, but don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to, you know, let people know, you know, if this stuff is real. And, you know, get close to God. It feels really good. Get close to God. That's all I can tell you guys. And just be careful and be alert. Always be aware. And if you are going through something like this, you're not alone. Trust me, we know it's real. We have people that did not believe in this stuff that did a full turn on it, and they believe. So that being said, not going to talk you guys' heads off like we already have. Please stay tuned for part 3. It will be coming out here very soon, and you don't want to miss it. But stay on track, stay focused, and we'll see you guys on part 3.
This is my family, you share. Put a thumbs up and hit subscribe.